Hello, thanks so much for joining me in this How to Get Your Articles Featured in Magazines video. I'm Kerry Walker, and I'm really excited to have you here with me and share a little insight into how to get you published. Just to mention also, there is a workbook to help you with all of the information in this video. So do go and check that out. And it also includes a checklist as well as some space for your research, your notes and everything. So do go and check that out. So what I'm going to talk to you today about is basically just a really brief intro into what PR is and why we should be using it in our business, why it's more effective than advertising, how we could get your articles published, and just going into basically how to go about doing your research so you know who to contact and what to do with your articles, basically, and also getting creative with your topics. Now, firstly, let me just tell you just a tiny bit about me and why I'm here talking to you about writing articles and getting published in magazines. Now, as I said, I'm Kerry Walker. I'm a PR and content marketing specialist for entrepreneurs, authors, coaches, consultants. I'm basically just totally drawn to these kind of people. I guess being one myself, I just get their business. I just love it. And I really like to keep my toes in the water too. You know, I have my own clients that I work one-to-one with. It keeps me up to date with what's happening, if there's any new trends, and things that I should be knowing about, doing your own PR. But now I also show people how to do it themselves as well. So I'm now a PR coach as well. And as a coach, I don't do any PR for the clients. I simply show them how to do it themselves and show them the secrets of actually how easy my job is. And I absolutely love it. It's so unbelievably rewarding. And at the moment, I have like a 95% success rate of getting all articles I write myself or pitch for clients actually printed or featured. So it's a topic that I love talking about because I'm really passionate about it and about showing people how accessible it is for them to actually be published. It's not just for, celebrities and people who you think are really famous. We can all have access to these resources. And I also regularly feature in other people's blogs, giving advice in marketing as well as PR. And I've been featured in various magazines, been interviewed on the radio, managed my own blog on my website, and various other opportunities lined up too myself. So that's me in a nutshell. See, I told you to be quick. So on to what I promised to share with you today. So what actually is PR? We kind of hear these letters and the phrases PR thrown around a lot. And my working in it meant I used to presume that everyone knew exactly what it entailed. But actually, not everybody is always clear. So a really simple definition is PR is how you communicate with the public or the media. So it's basically communicating to your target audience directly or indirectly through the media with an aim to create and maintain a positive image and strong relationships with the audience. So that's a really good description there. I mean, I actually hosted a chat in a Facebook group a little while ago, and someone asked me what the difference between PR and marketing was. I thought that was a really great question because often it can be confusing. And basically, in simple terms, PR is the stuff you can do or get for free. So, like a newspaper picking up your press release or a magazine publishing your article, maybe being interviewed on a podcast. For me right now, like this is PR because I'm getting in front of people who haven't heard of me before. And marketing is more along the things of networking, newsletters, advertising, maybe in your branding, all things like that. But they massively do go together and complement each other, especially on a smaller scale when we're one-man bands, small businesses. Hence why I love doing them both, because I love how it all fits together. And the quote you can see at the moment, A good PR story is infinitely more effective than a front page ad. Now, I tried to come up with a sentence a long time ago of, why people should use PR, and I just can't say it better than this quote right here. Now, it's actually said by the wise old owl, that is Richard Branson, and he just hits the nail right on the head here. You could easily spend like $10,000 or pounds or whatever to advertise in a magazine. It's usually quite expensive, especially for sole traders. And it could cost you absolutely nothing to have your article published in that very same magazine. And that is why I love my job, and that's why I love PR. Why should we think about using PR? Basically, as I said, the media coverage is often free, and we can use PR to, promote your new products. Maybe you've got a book coming out, or you're launching new coaching services. Perhaps you're looking for potential employees or investors. Various ways that PR can be used. And it's basically all about raising our profile, isn't it? Getting your face and name out there in your industry and in front of your potential clients. So the more people see your name, the more you will get in their heads, and they will start to remember you. You know yourself, if you keep seeing a name pop up after only a few times, you'll be so intrigued by them, you'll want to know more and read more about them. Your credibility. Any media coverage you get shows you as a thought leader in your field. Often some people don't need PR to make them famous or anything like that. It's literally just to add those credentials to their website. So potential clients visiting their website can see where they've been published and can see what events they've spoken at, anything like that. Because that could be what sways someone to buy from you. So it's really, really powerful. And more sales, because you go in front of your potential clients, and who doesn't want to find new customers and make more money, right? And these are just a few things that I hear quite often from people. Often does sound quite familiar. The spending money on advertising but not finding new customers. You perhaps see your competitor in a magazine and think, oh my God, why isn't that me? You've maybe heard of PR but assumed it was too expensive, or you worry no one will care what you have to say. Now, small businesses, certainly sole traders, we're often afraid no one will care what we have to announce or what we're promoting, what we have to say, because we're worried that we just can't compete with, the bigger businesses that churn out news stories and cool new products all the time. But the solution is really, really simple. We can just do our own PR. The solution of raising your profile is really as simple as just learning a few basics of how you can promote your business yourself in an effective way that gets your name out there and right in front of potential clients who are literally just sat there waiting to buy from you. Now, I believe that with the right expert advice, anyone can do their own PR, and I mean anyone. And I feel like I am on a mission to show you how to make it relevant, affordable, fun, and just really interesting for people to do some of it themselves. Now, you can outsource your PR, whether that's just a small bit or all of it to someone. But if you do choose to do it yourself, promoting your business really doesn't have to be that difficult, and it is totally doable. You can DIY your own PR without making it look or feel cheap. Stick with me, and I promise I will show you how to DIY your PR without losing any class. Now, a good place to start is when you're thinking about promoting your business and looking into PR is creating a wish list. So this is a really insightful way to start. Now, this is a wish list of publications, maybe magazines, websites, radio shows, absolutely anything that you would adore and just love to appear in or on. So think as big as you want. You don't have to just play small in your local newspaper, your local press. Set your sights on sitting on a BBC sofa somewhere. It's a wish list after all, so anything goes. And also, a really good tip, if you're a visual person like me, then creating a wish list on Pinterest is super helpful. Often I find seeing these logos together on your screen are really inspiring, and having that list will help you focus on actually what you need to do to make being featured in those publications a reality. But obviously, if visual logos isn't for you, then of course your wish list is fine to just be written down somewhere, whatever works best for you. So you've had a think, you've got your wish list, you're going to want to do some research now into who you want to start targeting and contacting to see if they will feature you before you start contacting anyone. And that's really important. This is not a stage that should be missed. You should always do your research. Getting the coverage or the exposure of your name in a magazine might be free, but your time definitely is not. So do some research to target publications, websites, radio shows, like I said, anything, but make sure that they're relevant to your company and what you're trying to achieve in your business. Visit each publication's website before you contact them, as I said, and check again, that it fits with your messaging, your branding, and if it's a good fit for your business to be linked to. Research also helps to check if you have the right publication as well, because often we kind of think, imagine if you spoke to somebody and, I don't know, picked up the phone and said, I've got some news, I want to speak to the business desk, and they say, but we're a beauty magazine. Doing your research will cancel out any of that embarrassment, and it does pay off in the long run. Now, my favorite way of showing people how to do their own PR is starting with articles and blogs. And this is why I'm here today, obviously, to talk to you. And this could be blogging on your own website, perhaps, or providing, a guest blog post or an article for someone else. And often I find people really struggle with how to create topics sometimes, and, how they can find what they're passionate about, what they know about. But once you've had a couple of ideas, they will just start to flow. One blog topic idea can often break into multiple blog or articles as part of a series. So, for instance, if you had 9 subheadings in your initial idea, you could just create a 3-part article or blog series elaborating on 3 points in each post. Have a think about what people ask you all the time. What problems do friends, family, colleagues, or clients come to you with? Chances are, if they're asking the same questions, then you're obviously good at giving answers to them. And there will always be more people out there that need your help as well. No matter how simple you think the solution is, and it often is a really simple one, there will always be someone who needs to read your advice. This is the case across all industries too. You can create an article that goes across different sectors too. So as an example, if you run a home business and you're a mum working from home, you could write an article for a Women in Business magazine, as well as the things relating to your specific field. And you can also repurpose what you've already got. Now, the term repurpose is one that not everybody has heard of, but it's basically just revamping or rewriting something you've already created, so you don't have to start from scratch. Have a look through your old blog posts, any notes that you've made anywhere, Periscope videos you've probably done, podcast interview you're in last year, maybe you've hosted a few webinars in the past, or perhaps there's some really interesting case studies from a previous client that you've worked with. Just find anything that you've written or filmed that you can repurpose and make into a new article or a blog post. Maybe you wrote a 3 top tips to XYZ last year, but you didn't really do anything with it. So you could just write a few more tips elaborating on those initial 3, and you've got yourself a new article. So that's what I promised I'd show you today. Just a really short intro into PR, why it's more effective than advertising, how we can start to create this wish list and do our research to get our articles published. Now, I put a lot of free content out there because, like I said at the beginning, I love sharing what I know to support people and help show small businesses, mainly entrepreneurs and authors, how they can use PR to get noticed more. So then, instead of buying advertising space somewhere, it's something I'm really, really passionate about. Not only does PR come a fraction of the cost, usually free, it is so much more effective. Now, this free training video and accompanying workbook will give you the what and the why behind how to get your articles written and published. But if you're looking at how to really do it, the nitty-gritty of how to contact editors and where exactly to find the opportunities to feature in magazines, then I've just created a video training series following on from this free training, and it's called Published. Published is an easy to follow video training series, as I said, with 3 video masterclasses, tutorials, another workbook, with everything you need to flirt with PR and start to raise your profile by getting published right away. Now, if you go to kerrywalker.co.uk/published, you can find out more information and the current offer that is on Published. So thank you so much for joining me, and I really hope you found some awesome opportunities to feature your content soon. And if you've got any questions about this video, the workbook I've sent you, or about Publish, or anything else you need help, you can find me on Facebook or tweet me at Kerry L. Walker. Otherwise, I'll see you soon. Bye.